Now, to give you a few remarks and acknowledgments, let us all welcome the Vice President for Government and Hospital Affairs, Dr. Maria Munoz Laika.
With the temperature soaring for 7 48 degrees in some places. Just remember to stay hydrated and seek shade whenever possible. So thank God for this weather. I trust that you are all comfortably settled in your rooms or offices, shielded from the scorching sun. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the second installment of our four-part webinar series for 2024. Allow me to acknowledge the presence of the PHA officers and board of directors, and the PHA president of the Union, our vice president of private hospital affairs, Secretary of the Treasurer Dr. Maria Escalita, PRO of the Export and also directors, our executive director, Mr. Timothy Sandola, and our legal counsel, Janet Perez. This afternoon, we are privileged to perform charade by Dr. Bradley, the Department of Health's Assistant Secretary for the Health Regulation and Facility Development Council. She brings us encouraging news as she presents the update on regulatory and licensing guidelines at the UH. In addition, PHA's legal counsel, Authority Janet Perez, will shed light on the revised IRR of Public Act N932 and as strengthening anti-hospital deposit law, a topic of great relevance to all healthcare facilities grappling with the issue of hospital deposits. We also extend a warm welcome to our platform sponsors, Julie Berkeley, Procurement Corporation, and Berlin. Thank you for your support for member hospitals and your willingness to share your visions this afternoon. That's very greatly appreciated. Thank you also for our administrators, all those there, all those delivered. As we draw closer to the end of this message, I would like to share that we are in the midst of preparing for the PHA Coffee Table book, aptly titled Breathing, as we celebrate 75 years of PHA's commitment to leading, assisting, and protecting healthcare providers in their pursuit and patients that we serve. To our esteemed chapter presidents, we look forward to receiving your write-ups about your colleagues and your culture to be included in the meeting. Let us share our stories and shine and guide us. This is our time. 75 years only comes around once. So thank you very much, everybody, and enjoy the weather.
Thank you very much for that message, Dr. Eliza. Now, the president of PHA will have this time for resident updates. Please welcome Dr. Jose Santiago Jr. Let's just wait for Dr. Santiago to connect. Okay, there he is.
Para voice nila, fellow healthcare professionals, thank you for joining us today. It's important to visit PHA webinars and like healthcare the risk of us. PHA is a voice of healthcare to next level multi-healthcare healthcare community. Our aim of the to these webinars to develop knowledge of the existing in the beginning and further working healthcare community. That's why today's webinar program is very early. But it's very well content. Even if it's the secretary for cloud population, but it is very cluster. And according to that, it is a book. And kind of really share the knowledge inside. That's the important model related to our operation. You will be prepared with this figure or find. And let me think in advance, really. I was extended to our passing doctors, giving per be procurement cooperation and training time. For supporting this knowledge level, for members for sharing their time and efforts today. Truly embrace that peace. There was good of health for all. However, amidst this history is trying tremendous reward. Opportunity to improve that. Several communities with passion and dedication. These are very sensitive, all I must say, as and done at the word. Thirdly, it's an overcome of the day. I will share everything with you. Very important piece of prayer. This year, this is another thing. Every 70 years that we have overcome. All give ourselves a big hand. The organizer events for all of us. Take for download and experience. Remember, we don't have in-person event. Convention leader. For those 15 and 15, we might have period. PHA and beyond. During conversation, the contact, the environment, the PC, plastics, climate change, building the generation need, artificial intelligence, like hospital operations, and the issue of management capabilities. Take more details from the net, your email back. Feature knowledge, community, public review. So that's part of community stories. The church will not be able to have these integration locations. The community is another work. The community is a community. Here, them, one, speak them. Issue also that needs to be there. Each one is the team of all our employees. All exactly for us to then give this division. You know, cover still the time for the staff. The other question is, we could probably have become another doctor giving a usual recommendation to aggressors, first to market, putting together a very quality product. I assure all of you, but we need to stay as question, share your views. Thank you. See you in the next podcast. One PHA.
Thank you very much for the message, Dr. Santiago. So let's now proceed to the first talk, which is brought to you by Super 3 as well. Let me introduce the speaker. He's the VP for Marketing of Juniper 3 Procurement Corporation and President of Gaussian and Embedded Services Incorporated. He's the project head for Thermal Oxidation Process System, which is a waste management system. Former sales and marketing director, and then former system training manager as well across the Philippines. So to talk about thermal oxidation process system, please welcome Mr. Ferdinand.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ferdinand, and I am Juniper 3. I handle the project ops for thermal oxidation processes and likewise the Vice President for Marketing. So allow me to just give you a brief background about the company. We are Juniper 3 Procurement Corp. We take pride in saying that we were able to achieve all these awards due to our exemplary service, sales, after service, and also our quality products. And these were given not only by award-winning, but it's also international. So we thank our customers who patronize us. We started in 2011 in Mama, about being one of those who sell and supplies equipment, pharmaceutical products, and fighting out the tackle competition. And luckily in 2015, we were able to get the import license, and we were able to also get high quality medical equipment that was very made in the US, Europe, and Southeast Asia. And now we can be called a one-stop shop because in any department or individual hospital, from ER, OR, ICU, radiology, we have been able to serve it. And what's very interesting is last 2022, we formed an exclusive distribution partnership with the NECO Waste to Energy Pacific AU escalating firm for waste management system. And that actually brought us to their manufacturing plant in Vietnam. The executive committee of Juniper went there. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to come due to visa problem, but they were able to see how solid the materials that they use and the kind of quality that can last up to 20 years. And to better know about thermal oxidation processes, and this is being widely used in the US as an ion technique that starts with the primary chamber. As you can see here, it starts at the primary chamber with 1,600 degrees Fahrenheit heat to be able to first sanitize the waste and then significantly reduce it by about 97%. And the output of carbon flash with carbon gas, you can use it as a fertilizer or for making. And what happens there in primary chamber is a gasification state, meaning solid turns to gas, and therefore it promotes synthetic gases which has what happens there is that because of negative pressure, it funnels the synthetic gases to the second chamber where oxidation happens. Simply, there's a door here that outside and there's atmospheric air diffused with the synthetic gases that are predominantly carbon and hydrogen gas. Now, it generates combustion stage. And it's not good or bad, but it's good because studies have shown that the higher the temperature, the better, because it air emits more of the toxic chemicals. And therefore, what is given out in this you see in the screen is in clean air, there is a little toxic gas that is very visible. That means that here's the opinion after with the U.S. Environment Protection Agency and also energy. So kaya po pwede po gawin yan waste to energy for the higher capacity machines. So to better appreciate that technology, please see this video.
Thermal oxidation processing system uses CPE to stage thermal decomposition process. This process has been recognized and explained for its efficiency and positive environmental impact. This is one reason why chemicals technology is the only method in which disposal allowed in the Philippines.
These are convenient units for industrial purposes.
Recognize that farms can safely handle their waste, eliminate the need for landfills, and contribute no environmental damage. Talks consists of multiple gasification modules and a syngas oxidation module, compensating this process of a wide variety of waste, simultaneously providing steady supply of energy. Carbon-based material is heated and gasified or transforms from a solid to a gas. Gasification, or low-impact thermal decomposition, can convert about 97% of the original volume of the material from a solid to a gas. The gasified waste becomes synthetic gas, or syngas, which when mixed with oxygen in the oxidation module, is completely combusted, releasing large amounts of energy. Tom's gasification system is safe and controlled. Everything is contained within the building, releasing no odors or irritants. Mechanically, Tom's is easy to service. This is because the lack of internal moving pumps allows for maintenance to be done during continued operation. The Tom's technology solves local waste challenges and is our cutting-edge process that allows us to demonstrate the environment.
So this is actually the smaller unit that is from 1,000 capacity per day up to 5,000 capacity, which is called the portable containerized. It's in a 20-foot container. It's ISO certified. So the footprint is actually 80 square meters per 20 footer. But the one ton is only 9 square meters because its house actually is only 10 foot container. So what's inside are this primary chamber, which has the property lighting that contains the heat inside the cycle of the and this is where gasification happens. And when different persons that is secondary chamber where gasification happens, this is also what is still this is where so, very days, and maximum is 130 kilograms, also every 20 days. And you can see in 18 hours, he was able to generate or process 1.6 tons. And that is actually, if you remove the 1 hour PHA and 5 hours cooling, this is equivalent to the 12 hour process. Now, we will add the cost per kilogram. You can see here that it's only 7 pesos per load. And as the machine becomes bigger, it becomes more efficient. 5 pesos or 2 pesos difference in terms of cost. The serving of that monthly increase in the provincial areas 40 pesos per kilo and 100 pesos per kilo in the farmer. And if you want 1,000 kilograms of waste, that means your savings about 40,000 pesos per day and 100,000 pesos per day. If you are using cars, because you'll be already free from COVID, because there will only be about out of 3% in one process. The regular of 25 pesos per kilogram, or 8 pesos, that's about 25,000 to 50,000 kilograms oil waste per day. Now, these are the types of waste that's downstream process. Industrial, hazardous waste, medical waste, agricultural waste, actually that is very interesting to allow them to what is unacceptable because it has its own speciality in waste. Now, to better boost your confidence, this was the first installation made by the Electoral with the Canadian Tax Department in 1992. This is an 800 per day. You will look at the shape of tops that time in the 90s, squares. And this is in the northern part of Canada. Now, the second destination was in 1996. The 36 standard was used in the days in Hawaii. And this was the big ones, big waste area. Other locations here in Southeast Asia, in China, with oil system. In Malaysia, with this proper for industrial purpose also. In Korea also, and also in the USA, with the good cheese. Now, our local players insist on the United States Armed Forces because we started with military. And therefore, we have the Army and the Navy, where they use the portfolio standardized on the ship and bigger ones inside the base. Likewise, city governments, space technology construction in this space. The reason why is because we customize all these accessories according to your need. Like example, you would need an acid processor or a processor. We can customize it on the machine. So in the hospitals, the big ones like the Washington State University actually process 800 pounds per hour ecological, 200 pounds per hour medical waste. The PHA research showed that the most dangerous toxic gases, which are dioxin, this particular is called dioxin, the few ones, is 100 times less than the investigation standard, 0.2 toxic equivalent. Now, we are patented, but the claim that we're saying stop, we're patented for 20 years, so patent expires in 2027. And we are also environmental technology verified by the UST, and likewise, we have been visually tested by the DFR, National Storage Basic Management, way back 2002. And this certification from the RE 27% resides free-to-way or entry to the Mountain Economic Zone Authority, where we were able to sign a memorandum of understanding last 2019 to install our first pumps, which is equivalent of the 5 tonners and can see in January, we are already constructing the plant. The box machine is already there. This is a plug and play machine that needs to be connected to plugs and connected to the bottom gate. We can start operating. So that's the pandemic. I was there, so the machines are already in place, and they're just waiting for the completion of the pipe so as to be able to start operation this end of May. Another one will be coming in so authority in Rosario Cavite is to be operational end of 2024, which are 5 units of 5 tonners that can generate a waste of energy. So this one is total 25 tons per day. And our first hospital is in Toronto City. Only 10% that we will install here. They actually sold the 2 tons because their capacity is only 1 ton per day. And everything actually servicing the hospital. They will not going to be profited from it because they will be the one asking the increase of volume processing. And in a nutshell, in the network of doing almost important. There's nothing that can be this technology because it's very third party technology that can be used based on the way it's said. People say it's important to be on species. So there's the license to go and people say it's like or they meeting, and there's no condition of cost for anything they export or the game. That is where the first and foremost of preservation. That is my presentation, and thank you very much. I see you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Broad, on June 3 for that presentation. Now, if you have questions, you can type in the Q&A box, and you can provide you more information for the lag answer of the questions. Now, the main topic is the 2024 update on the PHA regulatory policy. Our speaker is the Assistant Secretary of the Health of the Health Regulations and Facility Development Cluster. Please welcome Attorney Sheree Mercado.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of our residents I am here to be represented. Assistant Secretary of Health for Regulations and Facility Development. I will be providing updates on the policy and guidelines on the regulation of hospitals and services issued by the Department of Health through the health regulations, the key development factors, and the health tools and services we provide. What are the learning outcomes intended to be achieved in this presentation? The participant should be able to identify and explain the critical points of the recent PHA administration process relevant to regulation of hospitals in the Philippines and mainly the Administrative Order 2019-013, known as the revised guidelines on the establishment of general hospitals. The Department Circular 2024-01, the reiteration of the Department of Administrative Assurance governing the following aspects to provide information on health services and tools to hospitals and hospitals. The Department Circular 2024-01, the reiteration of the Department of EMA, Circular 61, which pertains to the official version of the patient rights and moving of the same specific areas of health systems. And the DOH regulatory policies adopting human leadership and collaborative governance, action agenda, the verification of human agenda, the strategy of the health sector, the 2015 to the 2018 of the parts. issued administrative order number 2020/001, entitled Revised Guidelines for Establishment of General Hospitals in the Philippines, last July 20th, 2026, and it took effect on August 12th. The guidance aims to provide new guidelines in the establishment of general hospitals in the country to improve access and availability of tertiary health services on Filipinos. Reducing regulatory burdens by removing the certificate of need requirement and adoption of the Philippine Health Facility Development Plan to ensure rational resource allocation of government towards health infrastructure. In addition, the cluster also issued the Department Circular number 2023-000, supplemental guidelines on the implementation of Administrative Order 2023-001 to provide supplemental and basic support provisions to the agency and to ensure its proper implementation and uniform. To respond to the need for greater price transparency and health and services, and strengthen the implementation of the Universal Healthcare Act on the accessibility and availability of pertinent, relevant, and up-to-date information regarding the prices of health services being offered by hospitals and other health facilities to the public and patients. The Department of Health issued the Department Circular 2024-019, the regulation of the Department of Health administrative issuance regarding the public access to price information of health services and goods in hospitals and health facilities last April 11, 2024. The policy aims to reiterate and ensure regular implementation of administrative issuances issued by DOH and to enforce and provide guidelines on the implementation of Section 28/16 of the Implementing Rules and Regulations of the Universal Healthcare Law. This is to ensure that the pricing of all health services and goods being offered to the hospitals and other health facilities are accessible and available to the public, namely the Administrative Order 2021-0008, the guidelines in public access to price information of all health services and goods in the health facilities. The Department Circular number 2021-0216, addendum to the current assessment tool to monitor compliance with the and the Department Circular 2021-0454, the utilization of the Department of Health Facility Price Advisory online system and mobile distribution. All health facilities are reminded to ensure the people's compliance with the provisions of these administrative issuances in ensuring healthcare services, price transparency, and such information shall remain accessible and available to the public. Recently, the Department of Health reiterates the information dissemination of the Department of Education's rights policy to respect and support every Filipino's rights to health care. Their responsibility in the care and hospitals and health facilities to the issuance of the Department Circular 2024-0129, dedication of DOH issuance of supported public access to price information and health services and in hospitals and health facilities as April 11, 2024. It is important to note that the Department of Health directed all hospitals and other health facilities to ensure the observance and adherence to the compliance with licensing requirements for patients' rights and organizational where policies and procedures which identify and address patients' rights and responsibilities are documented and monitored. Health facilities shall also require patients the clients and their rights and responsibilities. Patients' rights visual materials shall be posted conspicuously in strategic areas of the health facility. With the appointment of Secretary last year as our Secretary of Health, he directed the adoption of the 8-point action agenda helping Filipinos provide as the new strategy for health sector for 2020-2030. Through the issuance of Administrative Order 2023-0015 last September 15, 2020. This provides the overall policy direction for all health sector and the department. The Administrative Order define activities, strategic objectives under each action point agenda, provides the attainment of better health outcomes, stronger health systems, and equitable access to all levels of care as a core sector of goods. One key point of demonstrate genuine empathy, care, and support towards its stakeholders, while the regulatory officers perform its core function in health regulation, ensuring safety and health systems and societal development. The health facilities and services regulatory bureau has issued several administrative issuances and regulatory policies in regulating health facilities and services that demonstrates and promote the humanistic approach to the share. This is consistent with its mandate to one of the hospitalized tour universal healthcare act. It is including business and efficient government service delivery in all sectors. Some of these policies are valid. The figure of responsiveness to the needs of cancer patients, making quality and safe healthcare accessible and affordable in alignment with the goals of the National Integrated Cancer Control Act and excellent directive of the National Integrated Cancer Control Council. The Bureau has issued Department Memorandum Number 2020-039, the interim guidelines in implementation of specific provisions for cancer specialty hospital and cancer specialty center in general hospital as September 11, 2020, which provides for a 5-year grace period for cancer treatment facilities combined with licensing requirements on the minimum authorized bed required for cancer patients, recently with the current transitory provisions on teaching and training accreditation, cancer-related research, and physical plant requirements provided by the current governing regulatory policies. The succeeding issued policies about the humanistic leadership provide interim guidelines in the regulation of clinical laboratories and similar facilities pursuant to the implementation of administrative order number 2021-0037 titled The New Rules and Regulations Concerning the Regulation of Clinical Laboratories in the Philippines. The first policy issued last June 1, 2023, the Department Circular Number 2023-045, the extension of transitory provisions for compliance with safety which license clinical laboratories stands the grace period for existing clinical laboratories that are licensed to comply with the physical plant requirements for 3 years and 2 years for services capability and its corresponding increments, including the personal requirements is also extended until October 1, 2025. Concerning the problem of availability of health human or training for some competencies being required in the regulation of health facilities. The policy directs the Center for Health Development not to research and suspension and for the procedures of health facilities to implement compliance with regulatory regulating requirements. In order not to impede access of Filipinos to such health services while the Bureau is revisiting the licensing requirements. As we recognize the limitations of these short-term solutions provided by these regulatory policies in the adoption of humanistic leadership in the regulation of health facilities and services, the Bureau has started meaningfully in the development and institutionalization of regulatory reform, which should exemplify humanistic leadership through adoption of agile, risk-based, and humanistic strategies in accordance with the national policy on regulatory management system and good regulatory principles to strengthen yet empathic governance of health facilities and services. This is to aid in the establishment of strong health system in the country pursuant to the national objectives for health and health sector strategy and capacity development. This includes the institutionalization of regulatory reform framework towards agile and risk-based regulations of health facilities and services, which has been approved by the Department of Health Ethics and the institutionalization of the regulatory health assessment in the pursuant to this week. The Bureau also partnered with the Asian Development Bank for technical assistance on the transition to risk-based health facility regulations and planning smart health systems and ways to student finalization. As update, we will be adopting the other dental office and review on areas for improvement of the licensure and regulation of health facilities and services towards the attainment of the eight-point action agenda. Should you need clarifications or if there is anything we can assist you with, here are our contact details. Thank you for your time. Dahil saya Pilipinas, Dubai, Manila.
Thank you very much for that presentation for the Rajab. Once again, if you have questions for the recent topic, please type in the Q&A box to be accommodated in the moving forward. Now, our next main topic is about IRR of RE 2932, and that's strengthening the anti-hospital deposits law. To present is the legal counsel of the Philippine Hospital Association. Please welcome Attorney and Dr. Janet Pompeo-Perez.
Good day, everyone. It's announced strengthening anti-hospital deposit law. Last March, a public consultation was held by the PHA to gather input and feedback for the proposed revision to the implementing rules and regulations of this law. This consultation and stakeholder engagement is crucial to enhance the effectiveness and visibility of these regulations. By aligning with legal requirements and ethical principles, healthcare providers can uphold professional standards and fulfill their duty to provide equitable and accessible care to all patients while maintaining financial viability. Just or proposed revisions to the present IRR are 10932. This is a critical issue and the imposition of hospital deposits, which often pose significant financial barriers to patients seeking medical treatment. Consultation with healthcare professionals, legal experts, policymakers, stakeholders, especially the hospitals, to understand the current landscape and identify areas for improvement is crucial to ensure effectiveness of the law and compliance with its rules and regulations. Access to healthcare is a fundamental right, and no individual should be denied medical care due to their inability to pay upfront deposits or costs. Equitable access to healthcare for all must be ensured. RA 1992, cited to 2017, increased the penalties for the refusal of hospitals and medical clinics to administer appropriate initial medical treatment and support in emergency or serious cases. It strengthens the anti-hospital deposit law, amends the key 702 enacted in 1984 as amended by RA 1844. Crafting anti-hospital deposit implementing rules and regulations requires a comprehensive and systematic approach. It also requires periodic evaluation and should be revised as needed to address evolving needs, ensure its continued relevance and effectiveness. These regulations are designed to protect patients' rights, promote financial transparency, and uphold the principles of healthcare accessibility and affordability. Therefore, stakeholder engagement is very important. Feedback from the various stakeholders, including the healthcare providers, the patients, the patient advocacy groups, insurance, government agencies. This ensures that the regulations are practical and effective. These programs can help mitigate financial barriers to healthcare while demonstrating the hospital's commitment to serving the community. Article 1 and 2 of the proposed revision pertains to general provisions and definitions. It's pretty much similar to the present rules and regulations. I won't go over that, so let's just dive right into the heart of the matter. Article 3, it provides for the prohibited acts and penalties for this act and expounded on these provisions as compared to the present IRR. In emergency or critical situations, it is prohibited for any owner, CEO, director, manager, or other hospital or clinic staff, including medical practitioners, to one, ask for accept any payment before providing basic emergency care or admitting a patient. They should also not accept any payment or ask for any payment before providing basic emergency care or admitting a patient. They should also not deny necessary medical treatment to prevent severe outcomes, such as death, permanent disability, or in the case of pregnant women, lasting harm to her unborn child, or even this includes delivery outside a medical facility. The actions mentioned in section 1 are not subject to punishment if the hospital or medical clinic lacks the necessary medical capabilities. In such cases, the pending decision is the authority to transfer the patient to a facility that can offer appropriate care, as long as the patient or their next of kin will consent to the transfer. Of course, if the patient is unconscious or incapable of giving consent or unaccompanied, the physician will proceed with the transfer without explicit consent. Another exception is that the receiving hospital or medical clinic must agree to accept the transfer. And number 3, the transfer takes place or should take place only after administering essential emergency treatment and support to stabilize the patient. It should be and must be confirmed that the transfer is less risky than the patient remaining in their present condition. With regards to the receiving or to the hospital or referral hospital, upon being informed about the medical grounds for the transfer, no hospital or clinic should reject admittance to the patient, nor should they deny upfront payment from the patient or their next of kin. The revised IRR also provides for strict rules that need to be complied with when transferring patients to another institution. Patients should only be transferred to the nearest hospital or medical clinic with suitable facilities after proper referral and acceptance. In cases of serious emergencies, patients should not be left without adequate medical support until they have been handed over to the receiving facility, even after they have been stabilized. Looking for an available ambulance is another instance where hospitals encounter difficulties when transferring patients. In situations where the hospital or medical clinic lacks an available ambulance for the emergency patient transfer, the originating facility must ensure. So the hospital must include that the local government unit where it is situated will permit the free use of its emergency vehicle for transporting the patient to the appropriate care facility. The hospital or clinic also needs to send the nurse with ACLS certification in the emergency vehicle. Once the patient is no longer in a state of emergency, the hospital should inform them that they must abide with the internal policies of the hospital. instruct medical personnel and other staff members that the transfer of patients is always the originating hospital or medical clinic's responsibility, and it should always be well coordinated and documented by the health facility. The originating hospital or medical clinic must verify that all documentation is complete. This document should include the name of the attending physician, vital signs of the patient at the time of the transfer, the treatment given to the patient, the name of the receiving hospital, including the name of the contact person at the receiving hospital, the consent to the transfer signed by the patient before a time. All hospitals that will refuse to accept the transfer of a patient shall be reported to the Department of Health and referred to the health facilities oversight board for appropriate action. This means government hospitals may be reported to if they refuse to accept referrals from private hospitals when they are of higher level or classification than the originating hospital. Since one reason where transfer will be allowed is when capabilities or facilities of a hospital is inadequate, the IRR provides that the license to operate with a complete list of services, including level, must be posted in conspicuous areas. So patients will know that the hospital is really not capable or does not have the facilities to handle their patient. The relevant provisions and IRR of RA 932 and its penal provisions must also be posted in the hospital premises. This includes the entrance, the ER, the admitting section, the payment section, and copies of the FOP complaint form must be readily available in the ER, the admitting section, and the billing center. Since the referring hospital is ensured that the ambulance is available from the LGU the rules, this IRR provides that all hospitals shall enter into a memorandum of agreement or undertaking with their respective local government unit on the free use of its emergency vehicles. Also, consistent with the universal health care, all hospitals and medical clinics shall also enter into a referral agreement with healthcare provider networks and the AX hospitals in their jurisdiction. And the original IRR, penal provisions included imprisonment, fines, or both. So, any official, medical practitioner, or employee are liable for violation of the Anti-Hospital Deposit Act. Those responsible for the formulation and implementation of policies, instructions, orders, which are violated of this law, have higher penalties with longer jail time, as well as greater fines. However, for this proposed revision, clinics or hospitals found guilty of any violations shall incur the administrative penalties. This will range from 30,000 to 100,000 pesos based on whether it's the first offense up to the fifth offense. The fourth and fifth offenses, however, will already incur suspension and revocation respectively. The license of the hospital may be suspended or revoked aside from the fines. With this IRR, which FOB's jurisdiction shall be limited to the administrative aspect of the complaint. Of course, civil and criminal aspects still remain with the appropriate workflow. In addition to the penalties previously mentioned, other penalties may be incurred, such as suspension of operation for a period of not less than 1 month, but not exceeding 3 months, if the patient suffered permanent disability, or in the case of a pregnant woman, permanent injury of her unborn child, or non-institutional delivery. Suspension of operation for a period of not less than 3 months, but not more than 6 months, in cases where the patient suffered death, or in the case of a pregnant woman, loss of her unborn child. The license of the hospital may be revoked or of the clinic if the said health facility committed three repeated violations of the law or this IRR pursuant to an established policy of the hospital, which is upon the instruction of the management, the president, chairman, board of directors, or trustees, and other officials of the health center shall be solidarily liable for damages that may be awarded by the courts to the patient. There is a presumption of liability against the facilities or its officials, doctors, or employees. Responsibility will be placed on hospitals, medical clinics, and practitioners implicated in breaching this law and its IRR upon the concurrence of the following. For one, the hospital, medical clinic, or any of its staff members decline to provide the necessary initial medical treatment and support to the patient. Number two, the denial is based on a policy or practice that requires deposits or advance payments for patient confinement or treatment. Number three, the denial mentioned led to severe consequences. This includes death, permanent disability, or harm to an unborn child in case of a pregnant woman. This was similar to the original IRR, but they removed the provision that the presumption can be overcome by representation evidence that one of the requisites is not present. The Health Facilities Oversight Board has taken a composition, but the original IRR only specified that if one of the representatives from the NGO advocating for patients' rights must be a licensed physician, while in the proposed revision, it already provided a specific composition. This will be a licensed physician, a representative from the patient's group, and a lawyer. Maybe the private health institutions have included in their PHA, they should also be allowed to be representatives the same as the NGO. And for the function, it's basically the same. The HFOP has the primary function of handling all the complaints or violations of RA 132 in this IRR. Article 5 is an exception providing for the rules and procedures prescribing the general rules that parties must follow when filing complaints to the HFOP. Article 6 provides for the various partner agencies for reimbursement of the basic emergency care costs. The law provides three partner agencies from which hospitals may reimburse the cost of the medical care and transportation. The present IRR states that reimbursement shall be done by adopting the resuscitation or emergency and referral package of health. And membership will be processed through the point of service program in cooperation with a government facility. While in this proposed division, PhilHealth will cover the expenses for essential emergency care, including the transportation services provided by the hospitals or the clinics for indigent patients, as outlined in PhilHealth's guidelines, rules, and regulations. However, these guidelines will only be issued after the approval of this IR. The Philippine Charity States Office also shall provide medical assistance for the poor and marginalized groups as defined by the PCSO's relevant issuances, rules, and regulations. And lastly, for expenses, the hospitals or medical clinic therefore providing essential emergency care to impoverished patients. These are the ones which PhilHealth do not reimburse or does not reimburse. This can be tax deductible. So the present IRR states that expenses not covered by the PhilHealth and PCSO will be deductible from the hospital's gross sales receipts when the retirement requirements issued by the PIR. But for this proposed revision, the mechanics for the deduction will be contingent upon the guidelines set forth or yet to be set forth by the PIR. Actually, I'm aware as to how many private hospitals who provided emergency care were able to get reimbursements from PhilHealth or assistance from PCSO or a deduction from their gross taxes. Since the present IRR has been in place by the to determine the effectiveness of the anti-hospital deposit regulations in achieving its objectives, evaluation and review must be periodically performed. Gather feedback must be gathered from stakeholders, of course, assess compliance levels, and identify any emerging challenges or areas for improvement so that the regulations may be revised as needed. This is important so that evolving needs may be addressed, and this will ensure the continued relevance and effectiveness of the IRR and the law itself. We are hopeful that the DOH will continue to include various stakeholders, especially the private institutions, in the revision and finalization of this proposed IRR. Please consider the inputs and incorporate the feedback received during the public consultation process into the final version of this proposed revision. Ultimately, ensure that the regulations will be clear, enforceable, and addresses the concerns raised by the stakeholders. We should all be familiar with these regulations and support their correct implementation. But, of course, we must be vigilant against abuses leading to unjust persecution and unfair perception of legitimate hospital owners adhering to fair business practices. We must all strive to ensure the profitability of our hospitals while complying with this anti-hospital deposit law by employing strategic approaches that balances financial sustainability with patient accessibility and quality care. Together, we can create a healthcare system that is fair, accessible, and inclusive for all. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the presentation, Attorney Janice Mendes. Once again, if your questions come in, the Q&A box to be accommodated during the open forum. And now we have another presentation brought by one of the collaborators for this webinar. Now, we're supposed to have two speakers, but one of them cannot make it today, so let me introduce Professor Owen White, who's the Chief Medical Officer of Brain Eye, the Chief Investigator at Monash Ocular Cancer Research Laboratory. He's also a clinical neurologist specializing in neuro-ophthalmology. To talk about Brain Eye, evaluating smartphone technology, please welcome Professor Owen White.
Thank you. I will have this up in just a moment. I hope that everybody can see the slides. Firstly, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to present to the Philippines Hospital Association today, and hopefully provide you with some helpful information for the Filipino medical system. Firstly, Brain Eye is a company that is often contributed to our global infrastructure control that we can really detect neurological dysfunction and make that technology widely available. I was introduced as White, but even though Associate Professor John Field is not here, it's important to acknowledge that we have collaborated for 20 years, and much of the work that is presented today is based on some of that research, and that Joanne has been absolutely essential in every one of the work that I've received about her. She is a research neuropsychologist and neurophysiologist and has worked in cognitive processing in the visual optimized law research line that is particularly germane to the aims and goals of Brain Eye. Now, firstly, the need. Why do we need this? Well, the reality is that approximately 12 to 15% of all the presentations were not reversed for neuropsychiatry. The facilities are not quite readily available as well, and they are eager to demand to increase over the next 10 to 20 years. Unfortunately, despite the fact that 15% of all presentations are neuropsychiatry, in our training programs in medicine and in our postgraduate training programs, no more than 2 to 3% of time is spent on neurosciences. This obviously needs to be directed, so it needs to be considered in order to provide people with capacity to cope with those types of work. Now, the first point of concern to the community and the patient is obviously the awareness of being unwell. Many get neurological diseases present with virtually subconscious problems, social difficulties with difficulty coping with digital interaction. However, neurological disorders are a leading cause of disability in the world today, and the second leading cause of people in this world will have a neurological disorder at some point in time. 75% of neurodegenerative disorders, which are becoming more evident now that the average lifespan is increasing, go unidentified. The gold standard evaluation depends on the patient becoming aware in some way, shape, or form that they have a problem and that it might be neurological. Subsequently, they need to proceed to a primary health care provider, a general practitioner or a hospital emergency department, or in case of sporting activities, a public health guard. The gold standard neurological examination was devised by Charcot in 1873 and is extremely subjective and difficult to reproduce reliably over time.
It is also limited in the scope of assessment as it assesses probably less than 10% of cerebral networks, or another than 10% of the brain. Can look at blindness, can look at paralysis, can look at complete loss of sensory function, but it does not assess what is the main work of the brain, which is to assess information, process it, produce response, and then generate that response. Specialist care facility, both clinical and technical, is scarce and expensive. If we look at the Western world, the availability of neurologists, neurosurgeons, and psychiatrists may have a ratio of 30,000 on average. Southeast Asia, that ratio is between 1 to 100,000, 1 to 600,000. So there's a variable availability of sophisticated investigational and therapeutic capacities. Now, neurological disease characteristically may present at various stages, and some diseases, particularly inflammatory diseases, will present earlier in life. Epilepsy will present at almost any stage in life, but usually early in life, particularly severe epilepsy. There are, however, some little, subclinical forms of epilepsy that may not be recognized as new. Degenerative diseases, including vascular disease, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, dementia, etc., have a tendency to present later in life, but they are present in embryonic form for anything up to 20 years before they become clinically expressed. Clearly, an early diagnosis would be a great value. The reality is that early disease is easier to treat but hard to diagnose, and late disease is easier to diagnose but harder to treat. And then the question becomes, why do we look at the eyes? That's because the visual and ocular system occupy approximately 53% of all neurons within the central nervous system. The networks, as per this cartoon, which is actually a paper which Joanne has been the first author, has driven widely throughout the central nervous system, involving the cortex, the deep nuclei of the brain, the retina, the occipital lobe, the brainstem, and obviously the pathway from the eyes. Using this as a measure of neurological function is dependent on the fact that we have essentially a stereotyped response to a particular stimulus, and that varies depending on the stimulus and depending on the instructions of the brain. Even simple things like hungry, I'm scared, will change the nature of the response. Damage at any point within the brain will produce a measurable arm abnormality. Although it's 50% of neurons in network, because of high distribution, abnormalities are sensitive to pathology that approximately. The measurement environment allows measurement function across all the areas of the brain. That's including lower order functions and larger decision and monitoring function. Now, this is just a brief summary of some papers that have been put out with some light, Joanne and myself. But there are literally, we have more than 125 published papers in the past 20 years. But there are thousands of papers that have looked at abnormalities in various neurological psychiatric disorders. So our solution to the problem, how do we make an early diagnosis and introduce treatment, is to look at this. And it's dependent on what is essentially breakthrough technology, the use of smartphones and their cameras. The technology itself is actually based on AI algorithms and an AI ocular points in real time. This has been developed for more than 8 years and it tests itself at less than 60 seconds. As I mentioned previously, it's dependent on scientific improvement capacity for biological bodies to characterize neurological abnormalities degenerative disease, and infections. The technology itself is relatively agnostic to the nature of the smartphone, and certainly functions well on the Android and the iOS systems. The test of the NMR Smooth Tube, which is the equivalent of firing human development do in the absence of knowing really what they're listening out for, what to do with information, and the delivery likely the technology takes the interpretation away from the examiner and makes it easy for them. Data is encrypted and is otherwise cannot be broken into. It becomes therefore a tool to detect neurological abnormality, and also over time a sort of passport of brain health over their lifetime. It should be emphasized that this screening treatment does not replace clinical diagnosis, but requires its of the intent clinical practitioner for appropriate evaluation and investigation. Now, the advantages to including this in your armamentarium include accessibility. Patients with screened neurological abnormality at any time, so if there's been an acute such as a injury, or they just feel degenerative harm, if they are reporting regularly over time, they will either see a acute abnormality or simply a decline over time with degenerative disorders. Is it 100% sensitive to therapy? That's yet to be validated, but certainly there are proven signs that will be useful in terms of adding to what's not just been currently doing. It allows for early detection for the community because it's widely available. It will identify early signs of neurological disease in any patient at any age group. It's ideal to start as young as possible so that we can pick up degenerative disease. It also enables tracking and endorsement, so that any doctor can get analyzed tracking and interpretation of data to highlight patient progress over time. Now, science and clinical validation. Let's discuss the two tests that we have. Smooth tube abnormalities have been investigated in a large number of neurological populations going back to the early 60s when eyelids were monitored by electrodes placed natural to the eye, and obviously will follow that. The technology has improved much faster in the smooth tube because it's a relatively slow, low frequency movement, can easily be recorded by the cameras in the car smartphones. There is thousands of papers showing that neuropathology consistent with disease types of various sorts affects the tissue. Multiple persons published, I think, 40 papers in this area that look at reduced movement tissues and unrelated abnormalities. Parkinson's disease I published in 1983 multisystematically was also reported as producing abnormalities of smooth tissue around about the late 70s, early 80s. Alzheimer's disease, there are numerous papers in the last 20 plus years to show abnormalities of other cerebellum disorders. And importantly, minor training, drawing brain injury, all show characteristic abnormalities. Now, the very likely case is used more to assess the pathway from the eye to the brainstem and the brainstem. So often you can often know that brainstem lesions such as tumors may further be affected. There is a substantial literature on pupil abnormalities in monitoring brain tissue. It's necessary to be aware that some medications that dilate pupils and some that constrict the pupils can produce abnormalities in pupil responses, but provided we know We have concussions rate undertaken, with the Australian Football League, and 16 professional clubs, 300 male and female players. The studies show that 100% sensitive to concussion by comparison with the diagnosis made by Hong with 84.6% specificity. We also had an article validation study looking at both the additional camera and infrared test, retest reliability has been evaluated. Now, 100 individuals tested twice, 2 days apart. We are one. We have correlation to 27.9 compared with the current clinical gold standard evaluation, which is the lower is 0.3. We looked at the possibility that post-exertional fatigue could be increased as a result. The answer is there's no significant effect of exercise on the sport. So there are large number of registered clinical trials this year that will be ongoing. At this stage, however, we have significant evidence that the brain eye can be used to monitor brain health over a period of time and also to detect changes in acute brain injury. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Professor White, and great eye for that presentation. So keep the questions coming. We are now heading to the open forum. Now, in lieu of a asexual demographic, we have Dr. Maria Rosada, who represents DOH, also referred as the China Backyard, Standard Development Division of DOH. And for Brain Eye, there are more representatives, together with Professor Owen White, just in case there are questions that are best answered by others. So we also have Marcus Schweitzer, Matt Burgess, and Richard Nash from Brain Eye. Now, there is no need to introduce really our independent moderator. Please welcome Ernie and Dr. Lucasco.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. And this is the second package of our webinar, and we are in the open forum section. Dr. Wood, our speaker, please go with the monitor so that we can start the question and answer. And the first question goes to attorney Janet Harris, MD. She's also a lawyer. If she's here, she's an ophthalmologist. And it's nice that she could ask questions from the Professor White. So anyway, the question to Janet Harris is, what is from Dr. Luna? What is your stand as private hospital owner regarding the new amendments to the anti-hospital deposit law regarding this? The new amendments put more pressures to private hospitals regarding financial sustainability. Para po, nag-create na lahat ng requirement bago amendment sa PHA. Tapos, wala pambayad ni SUSI. Wala kung gawin ng private hospital yung losses doon. Pwede kaya magbigay ang DOH ng sinking fund advance to private hospitals para kukunin yung losses. So that's the question. Attorney Janet Harris, are you here by chance?
I think she got disconnected, sir. Maybe you can call questions for others.
Okay. And I think this is a continuation of the question. What if the patient refuses to be transferred at the designated Apex hospital within the province and decided to transfer outside the province, but the originating hospital explaining the limitation of the hospital. I think Dr. Ross Abad will to help us answer this question. Dr. Abad, do you? It's about, yes.
Yeah, good afternoon po. Good afternoon, everyone. I think I had the answer to sa email a chat group, sir. We discussed the recently concluded outcome of the anti-hospital deposit law. I think most of the members of PHA was able to attend. Sir, questions for that, I think the appropriate group is the people from each and will be the point persons of the health oversight board and the PWG. So we will gather and take note all the concerns for regarding the anti-hospital detention amendment, the IRR, we will create it, and then we'll send the answer to the PHA report or your information and guidance.
Yeah. The second part of the question is actually entertaining because the patient used to be transferred. So that is IRR. It is for more. You will report the refusal. I'm sorry, you about oh yes, refusal to be transferred. So how do we at the time of the if the area at the moment what do you do? Kita tawagan, you apply. Do you reach the of the contact? Do you reach the patient here? Ayaw mag-transfer, gagawin natin. Wala ba siyang pera? Pero ayaw mag-transfer. Wala mag-apply na tawagan. And there's no answer to that. It is not in the IR. There's no emergency plan, emergency for hotline. There's none. Or here's a hospital, a higher level hospital, government refused to accept the patient. So again, stating, but we are having but what is important is what is happening at the moment. So the hotline we're working for, you can just indicate that so
Yes, sir. Yeah, we don't have the hotline included in the IRR.
yes.
It's noted on that's a good suggestion. But currently, we have been actually I think the hospital can also call them that will need to resolve issues regarding the hospital visits and concern. However, Monday to Friday, we will need to and for that, we will check po and we will back ako on the linya by suggestion. Thank you.
Yung mga complaint ako saying, nag-complaint na nangyari. Pero, this is important na naman. Okay, thank you very much. So, the next question is from an anonymous attendee. The PHA should protect the national sustainability of all hospitals in the event of patient abandonment by case due to non-payment or properly incapacitated to pay, so yet they abandon their case in the hospital. How can the hospital be protected against financial losses and exposures? Again, I don't think attorney John can answer this because it is about finances. Professor, why do you answer me?
Probably not.
Yeah, but thank you for okay, so yes, this is a question. How can you support the hospital or financial losses for these kinds of situations? And it will not be covered by insurance because it says it's covered by build-up. Yes, it's covered by build-up. It can also be deducted from tax responsibilities. Or PCSO, right now, because the PCSO donation that is done. Okay? Then, next question, still IRR, regarding when you ask IRR, the patient schedule of operation. Should the hospital staff ask for the deposit? Uh, I think the first question is the general question is, would you ask for a deposit? Yes or no? Yes and no. No, if there is emergency, you cannot demand any time or any more or require an deposit. But after you have given the emergency procedures, you have administered all the emergency treatment, and the patient becomes stable, then at the time, you can ask the patient, are you going to be, where do you want to be admitted? Is it in our hospital, here where you are, or to another hospital? So if it's to another hospital, then that's for the patient in that stable condition. But if you choose to be admitted in your hospital after the patient is being administered emergency treatment and became stable, then you can ask for deposit. You can report me on that. According to Johnny, should be answered, but it's not okay. Then the next question is from Maria. Presentación consulta. Where does tax deduction applicable when the field do not pay the health facility? Oh, I think there's another factor for the PI. The problem is until now. There is no guidance. There is no meeting now between the hospitals, the VIR, and the VIR. I think this is one very important topic that we discussed with the VIR and the VIR. We will ask for the guidance. Okay? Then from Lorna, we have just for clarification, Attorney John, regarding the IRR or anti-hospital profit. What if the admission is elective only? Oh, I've answered this already. Still no required deposit. You can require a deposit. You can ask if it's not emergency. Okay? And the second question is how about admitting a patient for elective surgery? Yes, elective, yes, you can. Or you can ask, or you can break. Okay, then the next question from anonymous attendee. Posting the no deposit because people's area might bring representation to the patients. Paano if navigate services walang pambayad? But again, basta hindi emergency, then you can ask, of course, policy. But emergency, you cannot ask. So pag emergency, you will meeting na so, and the list does not, I don't place the exact amount, the radius of services. Okay? Then from 1 John Mahiga, may instance po na sinabihan ng patient relative about the possible na magagastos sa finally. Sasabihin kaya pero pagbayad na wala ng kusina. Ano po ang possible na magandang well-being? So in that case, situation, you should, first, of course, an emergency, then you will always see consider the learning procedures and stable leadership, and we can ask for policy. So collaborative policy, and you can transfer. Okay? All right. Oh, with my good friend, for brain eye, what are the enterprise offerings of brain eye and can you share the answer at this point?
My research my expertise is scientific and medical, whereas others is much better situated in others.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Owen. Thank you, Dr. Castro. We actually have a number of enterprise offerings that can be delivered in a number of ways, whether that is as the application to your clinicians and to your users, or in some type of white label offering. And they're all actually very cost effective as well. We do have representatives in the Philippines who are handling the queries directly. Feel free to reach out to us via info@brainon.com and we can make that connection afterwards.
All right. By the way, are these brain eye findings validated by MRI or CT scan or PET scan?
The ongoing technologies that various diseases with various forms of recruitment, as they're not taking goals and individuals on documented items, that also maintain research, such as functional analyzing of changes and research. The answer is that is certainly not this process, and that's because it has been shown to be substantially more sensitive to detecting change over time than the current clinical and substantially more expensive methodology.
Right now, for example, can the AI systems migrate from another any remotely with that AI? Right now, they're expensive.
There are systems changes probably more sensitive than the average clinical examination determined as determined by a general practitioner. But to determine that not be absolutely necessary to be a practitioner chemical drug investigation and assessment to try and find a measure in the brain acts not sensitive to change around the specific diagnosis. Other research so show promise for the brain eye certainly need to investigate further.
Okay, because I know that neurology practice is localizing, naturalizing, right? So it could be really algorithm. All right.
Analysis over time. This is an application that has reached a level of sophistication that really needs to be released to develop now to improve the level of healthcare delivery to the broadcasters across, but also to relieve people that have knowledge of medical assessment from responsibility of knowing that they have to do. It's really nice to do that, but we further developments over the next decades.
Yeah, especially the Philippine patient, they may be more interested of their sexual dysfunction. All right. Okay, what is technique? Paano po nagreklamo ang patient na naging sa DOH na hindi sila pinapalabas ng hospital dahil hindi sila o tambayan ng hospital bill. Hindi Magulo naman ang hospital recovery, documents needed to answer the case. Pero sa privilege, hindi naman daw pwede i-file ang motion for resolution kasi hindi na daw yung motion ng kalimutan. Pero, privilege ko ikaw, there's 1 year, pero we're not given a chance to explain in file the motion for resolution. May nagawa yung I'm quite amazed because this is not only hospital walking law. This is about anti-illegal detention law. I don't know if there is an oversight committee about anti-illegal detention law. Ang pinag-usapan natin dito yung oversight committee ng anti-hospital law. Dr. Abad, can you share about
For the case po, very difficult for my part because we are not here. There's a unique kind of practice kung meron din na they can always write of failure or it's very difficult to forget every thank you.
Yeah, I know something to do thinking about it, and illegal detention. Ang sa inyo, hindi ka lang natin and the hospital, unless it's a DOH hospital, pero hindi naman magagawa ng DOH hospital. So, that's the anti-walking law over sonology, requiring cash payment for staffing of emergency cases or admitted patients. Sonology requiring cash payment for staff or something.
It's within the definition of that, emergency case, because I mean like that's really that. Everyone expect any situation for that. Unlike hospital, for emergency diseases, lang hindi usually have
If the ultrasound is an indispensable part of the medical emergency treatment, then I believe it can also demand ultrasound.
Yes.
Okay. So, if, again, from anonymous attendee, if a patient after being absent and prefer to be transferred to another hospital, can we ask for payment first to our hospital before transfer? Most of the time, they ask for a promissory note, para makalipat, and sometimes patient overstay, and hindi na matransfer kasi di pa po nakakabayad sa hospital. Are we allowed to hold them and for how long? So again, this is an issue of anti-illegal detention law and anti-hospital law. The problem here is we're talking about emergency food. You distinguish private food from the childhood emergency. I think this is one of the things that we're asking for the emergency situation. Would you distinguish private emergency situation and public or government patients in the emergency? And then the next question is, how to manage stable patients who refuse to transfer and have no financial capacity to pay, even if possible. Over the time, our facility well, it's really the burden of the hospital. If you have patients in that kind of situation, of course, you can always ask for bill of reimbursement. I don't know how they will react to that. The next question is, ano po ang dapat gawin sa mga hospital na dinadala at papadala ng what is it, PHA stop patient without coordinating a transfer of patient without coordinating with the receiving hospital. So the patient is in a death unattended staff night and receiving hospital also have them no available there for admission. So we yeah, that's why it is important that the country hospital will also it is mandatory that it should be coordinated. It should be coordinated. And in not maybe go in part time. So not going to go okay, another question from anonymous attendee. Will you offer emergency charges of medics who stay in the hospital emergency room less than 24 hours? Well, doesn't matter where for 24 hours or less or more. For as long as it's emergency, then the anti-hospital deposit process, we can charge you the fee. Okay, it's reimbursable by fee. I don't know the guidelines here, but it is reimbursable. All right, the next question is from Lisa Bootcamp. PHA and UH are partners in healthcare delivery. Very high outcome. That means that you are really partners. Seems that the burden on financial matters, I am the hospital, Lama. It's a problem, so I will ask for it. Anonymous attendee, to very high. So this app might be fishy for doctors, not familiar with it. How should I approach a physician on my concern coming from an app? Okay, so who's going to answer? Marcus? Sir Marcus. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you. So we have basically done extensive scientific validation of the app, well, of what would be expected for a technology like this, as was demonstrated in the numerous clinical trials we have done and are in progress. But the app is simply mimicking common existing medical tests. The follow the finger, the shining or light in the eye test for pupil reflex should be familiar to most doctors. However, we also do include detailed descriptions and information within the app, within the real-time reports that are generated, as well as training videos and material that we can supply with the application. So obviously we want to work with the clinicians, not against them, and are open to those types of discussions and have that kind of information already on hand.
Okay, thank you for that. From Dr. Rosan, what if the patient cannot deposit or pay, even though it states that they will pay in full? Then the hospital pays the patient. Who is right, the patient or the hospital? So like I said, after administering the emergency procedures or remedies, then you can ask for deposit. If they will not, because they cannot, then you can transfer. The problem is, if they refuse to transfer, so again, that's why I'm asking for a hotline for these daily situations. Okay, the next question is anonymous athlete is asking for an accounting QSP prior to scheduling for elective surgery allowed. I don't know quite context of this. Are we going, is the hospital going to make sure that the patient has paid, that's right, I don't know. Make sure that the patient has paid and clearing is accounting before scheduling elective surgery. I think it is not, this is elective, it's not emergency. So you can always make sure that the payment for hospital bills and the professional fees are okay. For as long as not emergency. All right. So anonymous attendee, in regards to the IRR, so transfer patient code for OR. The accepting hospital can ask for the deposit. Will be an emergency or scheduled more? Yes, I repeat that. Yes, you can, for as long as the patient is stabilized and not in an emergency situation. The problem is when it arrives to the hospital where the patient was transferred, then there appears another emergency situation. That's the problem. Okay? So from anonymous attendee, can you transfer a patient who is staying in private? Cannot or pay to what? To a what? Room in the meantime to mitigate loss for the hospital. First, long there's an emergency and things like this. Some physical says, for example, admission, you should have made the patient sign already these future possible situations. But if you are not being able to pay, then the hospital reserves the right to transfer you to the ward. Okay. Again, from follow comment from Professor comment. Another question from Dr. Robert was very nice. Is there a monthly subscription for this app? If there is, how much? Thank you. So my good
Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you, Dr. Collins, Dr. Casper. Yes, if you download that on the App Store, there is a option for a monthly fee or a yearly fee that is very low cost. But there is also a no obligation free trial which you can access. But I would say there is a learning curve to the app, so I would love to talk you through how to use it properly, how to use it with the highest level of quality. And there are certain license options that are not available in the app that we'd be more than happy to talk you through. So again, please reach out to us.
Thank you. Probably you can join us to the national convention. I think everyone will be there in person.
That would be fantastic. It would be very
December 20 to 20, I forgot the date. Okay, did you just ask us to come? All right. Oh, it is a very nice question. Why not come for us to read the question? He is also the one to answer. It's because one Japanese is not here, and it so happened I know the answer because I'm also a lawyer and disclosure. I'm also a member now of the FHOB, representing the private institution, which is the Philippine Hospital Association. Okay, I want to try you next very simple page. So, anonymous attendee, Iloko. Now, emergency case po talaga. And we will admit the patient. And after po na stable yung patient na nilalakas, kami nag-deposit, special po ang ICU. At ang sagot ng watcher, for patient, wala po kami mag-therapy. Pero provide po kami. Alam ko, sabi ko nila, ang mag-transfer, and sila, ang mag-pag-alawin po, kasi baka mag-kailangan sila, yes, it's the thing. You may ask for deposit. Kasi I think, but the problem now, professional, and that's the standard. That's why we need a hotline. We need a hotline for these situations. And the last meeting with UH, I guess for a was there, and I was there in the morning. This thing was discussed. Dr. Almora was there also. So Dr. Almora, you can jump in. I know you're probably along the physical road to Tapu Karina. Okay, so the next question is how much deposit can we ask from the patients? Oh, that is case-to-case basis, I think. Depends upon the situation of the medical condition. We cannot answer. Another one from here is National Security. People government pay in case of emergency expense because it is reserved for the city hospital in case of transfer. So how can the hospital be paid if the patient is unable or financially unable? Well, sabihin ko naman sa billion, as a part of the private, as a part of the ang problema sa ating this is what we discussed with Mr. President. We discussed it with about this situation. The Sanjay is so, an anonymous for blood provision can be non-payment of deposit for stable patient be granted for using transfer by the receiving facility. I don't know, can you speak for the receiving facility? I don't think so. Kasi you are saying here that reducing or acceptance to the transfer by the receiving facility. I don't know, how can you be sure that they're going to be reduced by the receiving facility? Because they cannot pay the deposit, financial deposit. But again, this is part of the training that we need a hotline that we can call at the moment live that these things are happening so that we can resolve the issue live at the moment. I guess that's a lot. The chat. Let's review the chat. Someone is the great high. Can you mention the hospital science here, the facilities? Do you have any from the facility? Great high. Marcus, do you have diet facilities already?
Yeah, please,
No.
as I said, so we just jumping in as well. We are currently, we have just confirmed our commercial partners in the Philippines. So currently working with a number of groups there, and we're currently in such phase at the moment. So looking to enter the Philippine market over the coming months.
Okay. Another question for you. What are the main functions or invariants that can be accurately predicted by data?
I'm sorry, could you repeat?
Okay, what are the rate of impairment or impairments that could be accurately predicted by PHA?
It's, the reality is that you have widespread networks that control integrity through the issues, which is what primarily right now is. So interruption at any level is likely to produce an abnormality of the issue. It is akin to taking the temperature to know whether you have an infection. It detects abnormality, and it is not specific in terms of what that abnormality is.
All right, thank you. This is a question again for transportation. What if the receiving hospital refuses to admit patient due to maximum bed capacity of the latter, which is the case for most government? So this is a fairly again, which again they're asking for hotline to call so that this abnormal situation should be resolved. Let me start here. Okay, there's no problem question. Here, number one. Qualification without the conflict. However, medicines are not available in our pharmacy. Very few ones, they said I'm going on those days, yes. You really have a choice with them, so I think this is what I want to say that. I don't know the policy of the DOH about making available some essential medicines in the pharmacy. That's another situation. But for a public, they need to answer to this. Hindi available in the month. So they have to survive. So that the patient can die outside. The problem is the patient is going to reimburse the problem. The doctor advised. Okay. This is an additional question for Raymond, for Professor Owen. Is there really a need to establish AI in the Department of Health, Philippine healthcare setting as a fast track referral system? Could you answer that? Go ahead.
Yes, the answer is yes. It's quick, it's easy, it's readily accessible, it's accurate, it detects neurological disease, and it's safe for I would thought that not just in the Philippines, but here also, it's essential.
All right, thank you. There's an additional question from Violet. If the patient is scheduled for an operation, again, the emergency cannot. But if it is non-emergency, the same question from Mona. In active deposit can we have the patient right after the procedure has been done or will wait for the following day to request for such deposit.
doesn't matter whether before or after, for as long as there is no emergency situation anymore after the emergency procedure being administered and being done. The problem is whatever we say, and it will be IR says it depends upon the assessment of the situation. So I guess that's about it. There are other questions we see. Okay. Let me just read this. Oh, here. Bahabo. The term emergency is it defined in the IRR? Yes, it is defined in the IRR. There were many discussions during the last meeting. And something on physical depends on the examination by a prudent doctor, but it should be placed there at the time of physical examination. Because what the patient needs the hospital will transfer, for example, anything that happens. So I always suggest that you should always be placed there. Examination at the time, at the findings at the time of examination. All right, I think we have resolved substantially the issues here. And we would like to thank our speakers, from our friends from Grade 9, Professor Owen White, Richard Dash, Marcus Weiser. Thank you very much to Dr. Solar also, to Dr. Janet. Thank you very much. And I would like to give the floor back to our thank you.
All right, thank you very much for the presentation of the open forum. So just to award the certificates. We're doing, Dr. Lee, you have to be honest for this.
Okay, so the certificate of appreciation is awarded to attorneys and ladies counsel in grateful acknowledgement and sincere appreciation for having consulted with care her professional ingenuity as guest speaker during the virtual webinar series 2024 Part 2 with the theme Healthcare Delivery, Facing the Risk and Embracing the Rewards, and whose contribution further strengthened the discussion of participants. Given this 27th day of April 2024, final online conference, signed Maria Lourdes K. Einstein, and chairperson of the PHA webinar conference, Vice President for Government Hospital Affairs, and President
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
That next is the certificate of appreciation to Attorney Jackson Kevin Perez. With the same citation. And to Grade 9 Philippines. Again, with the same citation and content, and with the same signature. Thank you very much. Grade 9 Philippines. Also, with Julie Berkeley, Procurement Corporation, certificate of appreciation with the same citation and content with the same signatory.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Renee Castro. And to all the attendees, you are reminded to answer answer the evaluation form. You can scan the QR code shown on screen or click the link that is sent in the chat box. This is important for your certificate of attendance for this webinar. Now, as mentioned, Dr. Mona is in transit. So to close, to give the closing remarks, sorry for the overexposure on the program, so we recommend your message.
I'm back. All right, so what you really want to be out of Dr. Irene A. Alora. Thank you to all 400 plus PHA members from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao for joining us today for the part 2 virtual webinar. We also thank our platinum sponsors for today, Junior Free Procurement Corporation and Rain Philippines for imparting knowledge and sharing information about their innovative products that are aimed to improve the facilities operations and medical services. We look forward to seeing you at the 17th Annual National Convention and Exhibition in November, where those with 2,000 representatives from our 100 hospitals are expected to participate. In talking about the coming annual convention and exhibits, as previously mentioned, we will be launching the Mr. and Ms. PHA contest and a singing competition. All information on the contest requirements and mechanics will be emailed to you. We will continue to conduct as well the hospital for those who are searching for hospital best practices in infection prevention and control. The video copy table book should also be looked forward to as a theme for highlighting the PHA as an association together with the provincial chapters. We enjoy the PHA chapter with with the right act of the video. It should be, this is your time to shine. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the day.
Also, thank you to Dr. Lukas. Once again, this webinar series is brought to you by the Philippine Hospital Association and for this installment in collaboration with PHA and Juniper Church. Thank you very much for attending the afternoon today. Here is the third installment of this webinar series. Enjoy the rest of this. Grade I is in the chat box as well, so you can connect where you have further proofs to your organization or to the company.
Hah? Oke lah, kami lah. Ah. Ah.